Hello everyone. Okay, so this is a short video that I wanted to do for quite some time right now about automation testing. The reason I'm doing it in a video like this is because I wanted to talk a little bit more, and it's just a little bit easier to do it here than during like a live coding session or something like that. Okay, so automation testing, why is it important? So it's important because in a large project, basically, you want to have confidence when you click the merge button that you're not breaking somebody else's stuff. That's what really it's about. It's not really so much about your own stuff, but it's more about making sure you don't destroy somebody else's stuff and you don't have regression on it. So let me give you an example. So now if we look at the screen, I have a project here. It's just a simple, it's just a React Hello World, the Create React App project, okay? And what I have here on the top screen is basically some branch where I made some changes and so on. And then on this side of the screen, I have another branch. Let's say master for now, just so that it's easy. So in here, maybe I made some changes, and now I run npm run test, and I'll go into details about how this works and what Pupeteer does and so on. But let's say I run the test suite right now. Okay, so I have one test that passed. So actually, let's look at the test. We basically have a test that is looking for the words learn React on the screen, and if he finds them, it passes. So right here we have learn React, and if it sees that, it will pass the test. Okay, now let's say somebody from another branch does something really bad. So it goes into the main app file and changes, by mistake, changes this text to something else. So now the top guy, this guy will not know anymore at this point. Like if I run the test, it will still show it as passing. Okay, because I'm on a different branch here, like maybe this is another computer, obviously, and so on. So I want an automated system that can basically take my branch, merge master into it, then run the test, and then if everything is good, it will give me like a go ahead or something like that. So I have something here called merge check, and basically when I run this, and I'll go into details in a second, basically when I run this, it just takes my remote branch, merges it with master, runs the tests, and then gives me a report on that. So the way I've done this is that this script can be then taken and put somewhere on a server or in a Docker container or so on, and it can basically be plugged into a GitHub hook or any kind of source repository hook that will report back to your GitHub. The whole idea of this in the end is to just have some kind of automatic way so that your green button is not green if some tests fail. Okay, as you see, basically this thing ended with exit status 123. It's just something I came up with. Okay, so how does this script work? So let's just write our own right here quickly. So let's call it check master merge shell script. Then what we do is mod plus x. If I did everything correctly, I can run this, click master merge, and it would just do this on my computer. So while this thing is running, again, I am just bringing up this as a discussion opener for testing automation. After this part, you could set this up as a web service that can run on either somebody's computer or on a proper server. And then the idea is basically to have it here in GitHub. Basically, when you create a pull request, I'm just using my personal GitHub account. Some change PR and just doing create pull requests. And in here, basically right now, it's obviously not hooked to anything. That would be the next step. But in here, basically when you create the pull request, or every time there's a new commit to this branch, I can trigger the script that will do this check. So I can just run this one again. That is already set up. Hopefully this one works. And anyway, that is the entire point of this thing. Okay, so hopefully this will create this will be a good discussion starter. Now I mean, with this test, like usually what I have done in the past is you would actually have, instead of one or two things here, you would have multiple levels of test. So for example, in my simple case, you only have one UI test, but you might have basically a suite of unit tests. Those run really fast and so on, and then you might have like an intermediate set of tests which run in headless browser, in headless mode, and then you might have a full set of end-to-end suites with some mocks and so on, which run really slowly. So there's many different ways to do this, and I can talk more about this maybe in a future discussion or so on. So yeah, okay, that's it for now, and hopefully we can see some of this stuff implemented. Cheers.